What up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for coming to another episode of I don't know why my phone is doing that. Thank you for coming to another episode of Pop the Culture. If you are new here, I go by Kicks for Fresh. And on my channel and on this live, I do what is called like sneaker reviews. I also talk about like pop culture as well as fashion. So I'm super excited to have a group of wonderful ladies in the building with me to just chop it up, really just learn more about each other, but also engage with everybody in the chat. So as always, when I get started, I like to see who is in the room. So, or like in the, what do you call it, the chat room. So everybody make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and then go ahead in the comment section and type in hashtag KikSquad TV. So if you aren't familiar with the KikSquad, that is me and my friends that do lives almost every single day on YouTube. If you want to know when we're going live next, you will just need to go ahead and go in the description section, add everybody, and click that notification bell, because every day I guarantee you one of us will be going live, whether we're talking about sneaker releases, fashion, culture. Y'all all know what we be talking about. But I just want to really just start with saying hey to everybody that is currently in the room. So right now, shout out to Lolo. They was first to comment. They said, I'm ready. Thanks for coming through. We got J601. He said, we ready as well. Also got Wizard. Is that Magic? I always be thinking like, is that Wizard Magic 562? You know what I mean. We got J Jeff in the building. What up, Doe? What up, Doe? Is that like a Detroit thing? I think it is. What up, Laces and Kicks? Thanks for coming through. We got Luis Antonio Alvarez Abarza. I hope I got that right. Thanks for coming through. We also had Caress TV. Let's go. We got Vesta Bell. Hey, sis. Thanks for coming through. Sneakers the Goddess. What's up? Thanks for coming through. BX, you know how we do on the lives. Thanks so much for coming tonight. So I know the comments always run like a little late on StreamYard, but as people kind of come in, I'll make sure to shout out everybody because, you know, you all mean the world to me. BX said hi, everybody. So just wave hi, hey. Okay, yep, I knew it was Detroit. East Coast was good. Thanks for coming through. Hey, Paula, thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. We got, he said Mig is going to lose his mind tonight. Yeah, he loves seeing some beautiful ladies. He love it. He said, how y'all doing? Then we also got Mr. Woo Kicks in the building. We got a lot of people. Thanks so much. Hashtag KikSquad TV so we could kick this thing off. So because this is not the normal panel that you all see on my Pop the Culture, I do want to start off with some introductions. So I'm going to let everybody on the panel basically tell you all who they are, a little bit about themselves, and where you can find them at. But before I do that, I know we got Ashley in the building. Thanks for coming through, sis. She's coming through from Instagram, so she's always supporting my Instagram and everything. So we'll start in the order that I see you all, and I am gonna put you on the big screen, so don't get super nervous. But I'm gonna start with Sneaker Vibes Only.
Hey y'all, my name is Janine, aka Sneaker Vibes Only, and my whole purpose of having my page is to empower people, whether that be men or women. I'm all about supporting everyone and showing love because we need that more in this world. So you can find me at Sneaker Vibes Only on IG. Thanks, Kay, for letting me be here.
Absolutely. So the next person I have on my list is Everyday Kashay. So go ahead and get your intro together.
What's going on, y'all? Everyday Kashay here on all platforms, here on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, though I don't use it very much. But I help you to cultivate your everyday style. mean, we do a lot for Instagram and taking photos and, getting up in, but, just for your everyday style, I help you flex a little bit. So if you'd find value in that, then definitely come join me.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Then we got my girl, Chic In Sneaks. Come through, tell the people who you is.
Hey y'all, it's Key, aka Chic In Sneaks. That's where you can find me on Instagram. I am all about supporting Black women, showcasing my personal style, but also just encouraging other Black women that love sneakers just like myself, that you can incorporate your looks into your 9 to 5, into your weekend look. So I'm just all about supporting Black women and creating a community.
Absolutely. Thank you. And last but not least, we got my sis, J-Bo.
What's up, Kay? Thanks for having me here. What's up to the panel, you lovely ladies, everybody in the chat. I go by J-Bo. I like to dabble in video and audio production, photography. Also, I do a morning show, a radio morning show in STL. Right now, I'm kind of just learning a lot from you ladies and learning a lot from the female sneaker culture. And I like to use my Instagram to pretty much just combine sneakers and music because they go hand in hand. So a lot of times I'll time my sneakers with like song lyrics and, new artists that might be coming out and whatnot. So you can find me on Instagram at JBO Season, like fall, winter, summer, spring, spelled SEASON because I'm always in season. Maybe not in style all the time. I like to rock what I like to rock, but just in season, personality-wise, 24/7. So appreciate being here.
That's what's up. All right, I'm going to give a couple more shout outs. I got some people that came in. So, hey, Shayna Crawford, thanks for coming through. Promise y'all it's not the Rona. Wyatt, thanks for coming through, bro.
I hope it's not Rona because I was with you the other day.
No, it ain't. It's allergies. Archie, thanks for coming through. Tonette, hey, Sora, thanks for coming through to the live. The Real with Real. Thanks, sis. She's also got a YouTube channel as well. Check her out. We got the homie Beezy 77 said in the building. Thank y'all so much for showing up because y'all know how y'all be making me feel. Y'all be making the thug want to cry. What's good, Letitia? We got Vesta. Okay. Oh, Kim. Hey, girl. She just celebrated a birthday. Pisces season in the building. And then BX said he just followed all y'all. Okay. Well, make sure y'all show love. Y'all show love on their Instagrams, on their YouTubes. I also have all of their information linked down in the description. So if you go back later and thought that you had everybody, just make sure to click those links so that you can get linked up with everybody. So as always, when we start Pop the Culture, I always want to start out with a sneaker release recap. Because my channel is primarily a sneaker channel. Like I know people, they want to talk about the sneakers. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the University Blue ones. So before we get into who got them and who didn't get them, what were y'all overall thoughts on the sneaker when you first saw the pictures? Was it like, I need to see more? Or were you like love at first sight type of thing?
So I had to have that sneaker, right? In my mind, I was like, that's on my list. I got to have it. I'm limiting myself this year. I'm like, I talked to several people. I'm like, y'all, I need this shoe. So that was, it was beautiful to me. I mean, it's a UNC. So That Carolina blue, it was just hitting different. So
it was just hitting different.
It was.
I feel you, sis.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, living in North Carolina, I mean, there's always, some nostalgia around like the history of any university colorway. So it was definitely a must have. I mean, certainly, I wish I could have gotten my hands on a pair. I'm definitely going to have to get my head cracked up at this point. We'll talk about it, but yeah, I mean, it was a must-have. It's a pretty colorway as well. I think obviously it works, well for both men and women. And I don't think Jordan brand always hits the nail on the head in terms of timing for colorways. And they may put out something that's hot orange, and it'll be the middle of December. And it's like, where am I wearing this? Right. So, I thought it was a good mix, certainly a winter into spring. Definitely thought of some, fits that I could wear with it. So it was a definite must have for sure.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, being from North Carolina, you either go for Duke or you go for Carolina, and it's like I had to go for them. Like, I had to get them. So I didn't get my size. I hit on finish line, so I'm gonna hold on to them so I can trade. But y'all, the leather on that shoe though is so sexy. Like, okay, just let me be quiet because I don't think. Let me let J Bo go, and then I know we're gonna talk about it.
My feelings are hurt because I didn't get my hands. I didn't get my hands on the pair either. I was even trying to put like good shoe karma out there. I was entering the raffle for me and somebody else, like, some good shoe karma. It's all good though. Like when I first saw them, I was just like, ooh, they were just ice. Like it was just clean. It was just beautiful. And then I kept going back and forth because I was like, well, let me go ahead and just count myself out because I feel an L coming,
I smelt it.
I felt it. So I was like, well, I want the Royals anyways coming out next month, so I'll just deal with that. But no, I still went for it and I didn't get it. And the leather is superb. Like it is just a beautiful, beautiful shoe. Yeah. So I'm still trying. Like I'm still calling stores. I know a lot of stores got like delayed shipments, especially in grade school. So all this week I'm like, you have a shipment? What time I got to be there? So, but they act like gatekeepers. A lot of the was like, they don't want to give you information. You're like, what time can I be there? When we open. What time do you open? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So if you're gatekeepers, but I'm just waiting for that delay. Those delayed shipments. That's what I'm going for right now. So
yeah,
fingers crossed.
Well, I don't mean to hurt y'all feelings, but. So let me everybody talking about the leather.
It is beautiful.
It's a beautiful shoe. I'm so glad I got my hands on this. But I will say that it was not easy, right? So based on information that I received, and a lot of you all probably have heard, there was only about 130,000 pairs of these. And that's only about half of like what we got for the mochas, for the dark mochas. And how people's going berserk over those sneakers. So the thing that's really funny about this sneaker and me actually copping it is I put in on all the raffles like everybody else did. And I never hit on finish line, y'all. Like low key, if I do, it's on something that really don't nobody really want. It's kind of like the denim 3s, for example. Like who got them in their collection? Nobody, whatever. So when the app had crashed, I was hurt because I'm like, I need to log in. Something is telling me in my heart that I hit on these sneakers, but I couldn't log in for about 4 hours, y'all. I ain't got no fingernails left. I ain't did no work assignments. I'm just trying to log in. So I actually had to have my sis D Reese Heat. I gave her my information. I'm like, can you log in for me? And she called me and was like, sis, you hit. And I was like, Jesus be offense. Oh my God. I was so happy. So the story gets better, y'all. And J-Bo's she already know. So I'm so excited about these sneakers that I'm like, I text J-Bo, I say, I can't wait to get my sneakers tomorrow. She like, oh, where are you getting them early? And I'm like, oh, wait, tomorrow is Friday. I didn't skip 2 whole days just thinking of these shoes. I'm like, oh, wait. I've just passed all the days. I'm like so excited to get these shoes.
Well, listen, she had me thinking I was like dumb. I'm like, they don't drop tomorrow. I'm like, what? I looked everywhere I read says they drop on Saturday. She's like, they drop tomorrow. I'm like, no, they don't. She's like, oh wait, no, tomorrow's Friday. I'm like, yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Yep, that was me.
You're just excited.
So yes. So then I was even more excited, y'all. I pick up J-Bo because we live in the same city. We travel all the way out to the location. We get to the store. We get into the front with the manager, and I say, I'm coming to pick my pair up. Why am I at the wrong mall? Mm-hmm. I'm 40 minutes away from the right mall. Like, I was hurt. I was like, holy crap. So I had to do a whole nother 45-minute trip to another mall. Just thankful she knew where she was going because I'd never been to the mall before. And I was able to pick up my shoes. But y'all, that ain't a story to tell when it comes to these sneakers. Like, I don't know what. But I hope y'all, for people who really want this shoe can get it at a decent price. I know right now it's like not necessarily affordable for a lot of people on resale, but it's a shoe that's like worth having in your collection. It's a great quality sneaker. It's a great colorway. Very easy to wear, in my opinion. And it just looks good on everybody. Like men, women, kids, babies probably swagging in them. Like, I don't know. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it with these sneakers. So now we got a couple of newbies up in here. We got Mr. Wu, or did I say hi to him already? We got Swagoo in the building. Thanks for coming through. Let's just see that tag real crazy right now. Yeah, it's crazy. She said, I refuse to do resale. Me too, most times. Had your mind gone. But yeah, so is anybody who didn't get them, or would you be willing to pay resale? And if so, like how much, like what would be your limit in terms of how much you would pay for the shoe?
Sis. So first, I'm so happy for you because it was your birthday weekend. So I was like, okay, she got him. And you already know when one of us wins, I'm like, okay, I'm super excited. But I cannot pay resale for things right now. I was like, y'all know how I felt about the mochas. I had to have the mochas. And they came to me for less than, what everyone's trying to sell them for. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wait on these and see what happens. If I don't get them, I definitely got to go for the Hyper Royals because I wasn't going to. I was trying to choose. So for me, I can't pay resale right now. Like, I can't. I'm trying to stick to my sneaker budget. So yeah,
I feel you.
4 and 500. That's too much right now. I can't.
Right. I agree totally. Y'all looking like don't even try me with the resale.
Yeah, that's 450, 500. It's crazy. And I mean, I'm all in for Black women in luxury. But knowing that something wasn't originally priced as luxury, it just kind of, it hurts. Right. I mean, it's hard to pay, $500 for any pair of shoe. I think obviously that isn't priced as such when it came out at market value. And then I think obviously, and perhaps we'll talk a little bit about it later, but it makes it a little tough considering the previous week that we've had and, sneaker to make you want to invest or contribute to, the resale society out there. Like it doesn't seem fair. So I got to let those sit for a little while, let people forget about them for a little bit. I don't know how low it's going to go. But we're going to wait on that and see.
Right. And speaking of the UNC or like the University Blues, like I feel like these Hyper Royals that's supposed to come out, this kind of reminds me of what you said, Kashay, about like they just be putting stuff together, releasing stuff together. I'm like, why would you give us such a not necessarily similar shoe, but to me, it just like if I have this one, why am I running out to get this one? Like I'm confused. Like, why are y'all doing this? She said she praying for a restock. I don't know.
I hope other people have the same mindset you do, Kay. So this way I can hit on the Hyper Royal. You know what I'm saying? You already got you don't need the other ones. Like,
right.
I want to save you some money. So yeah, I don't know if I could pay resale for them. I think the most I'd be willing to pay is like $350. Like,
yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm with like Kay. I'm everyday Kashay. I'm gonna have to wait at least a good maybe year and a half, 2 years. People start to forget, and then you go back and you're like, oh, okay, I can afford that. So I just have more than like 300, and it's 500 right now. So that's a no for me.
Right.
Yeah. So
interesting. We got somebody new in the building. Nisha Rosado, thanks for coming through. Said, nah, resale mochas made more sense because they are everyday wear. Which is funny because to me, the mocha is not an everyday wear to me because I don't wear browns like that. Like I'm not like an earth tone kind of person. Like I'm more of the bread colorway. Like that just gets me every single time with every single shoe, no matter what brand silhouette. I'm like, gotta have it. So I think it just, for me personally, it just depends on like your style. Like I feel like I would wear these more than I would wear the mochas. I just don't wear brown like that or like any of those. What do you call them? Hues, color codes.
Those earth tone.
Yeah, it's not an earth tone kind of person, but anyway, so yeah, that's interesting. And that kind of leads me into the next release recap, which if y'all already talking about not paying for resale, I know the answer to this question gonna be hell no to the no.
Hell no.
For these city market dunks. But I wanted to talk about them because in my opinion, I thought they still was like a really fire shoe. Like I loved everything about the execution of the shoe with the different materials, with the bags. It's very reminiscent of a city market. Like I think they just executed that very well. But I think because of this dunk hype that is still on a big wave, like a lot of people, for one, were not able to get their hands on the shoe. And then two, people who got their hands on the shoe just got them to resell for the most part. Like I'm assuming, because I never see dunks on anyone's feet. So like confused. So I wanted to hear you all's kind of thoughts about the city market dunk. Like, did you like that shoe? Was that something that you considered going for or did go for? And even if you hit, because I'm not sure if everybody hit on the sneaker or not, but I want to hear from the panel in the chat.
I would say, I mean, the shoe was fire. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but dunks just make me discouraged. Like, I go for dunks literally for the hell of it because I know I'm gonna lose. Like, I think that this game, this sick ass game that the sneakers app and all these apples play with us, it's just like, I know that there is a very, very small chance that I'm actually gonna hit on a dunk. So it's like I tried. Was I surprised that I didn't hit? Absolutely not. But I mean, the design of it and the design of the dunks as of lately have been super dope. Like I love the storyline behind dunks. But I'm not paying resale. So we already addressed that. I'm definitely not paying resale for a shoe that sells for $100, $120. I'm just not. Right. I'm not paying $800 or whatever it is. Like I see the number just go up every day, and I'm like, I don't know what kind of jobs y'all got or what type of pet jobs.
What types of jobs y'all got?
Please loop me in if you get that kind of bread to drop on some $120 dunks for real.
Right. And for what at this point? Because to me, like, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion, I feel like people wear dunks because it's almost like classism, but in the sneaker world. Like if you got a dunk, you somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because most people I know don't hit on them right at $100. You bread. So then you're wearing this, everybody knows you had to cross the Red Sea to get, like, and you wearing it to show off. Like it's no longer like just a shoe. It's like you got one of them 800 dunks. I don't know. That's just me.
I agree, Kay. I actually used to wear dunks like back in the day. Like I was a dunk person more than a Jordan person, and I'll be the first to admit that. So now it is so discouraging, like he said, because I'm like, I have not hit on not a one. Like, and there have been some fire ones that I was just like, okay, I gotta have these. And these city markets that just came out, like I was like, oh, the design is super dope. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it, and no, just no. But yeah, you're right. When you see somebody win them, especially like the chunky dunkies and all those, you're like, okay, I see you. You know, I see what you're rocking with. It's become like the issue now.
Right. It's elitist. Thanks, Nisha, because I was trying to think of the word, but it's almost elitist to me. Dunk lows are more comfortable than Jordan 1 low. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I ain't got no dunk lows. I ain't had a dunk low since 6th grade. Literally. I mean, yeah, you got a point there. I think
it is a little bit of a difference because, I mean, like you said, Kay, even with like the collab shoes, I feel like the collab shoes sometimes are very elitist as well. Like, everybody ain't hitting on them joints for retail. So it's kind of like,
that's true.
And I don't even know if I'm going to get into this, but I'm going to say it and then I'm going to mute myself. But I mean, I think that we all remember a time where when it was ghetto to wear Jordans, it was very ghetto to, why y'all keep buying all these shoes? Why y'all lining up to get all of these shoes? And now look, now there's a whole market I'm trying to keep it, but
Look,
it's
Women's
okay.
History Month, Women's International Day, come through.
And that's about my shit, so I can say what I want. Okay, period. But no, I just feel like if I just want us to be able to get a piece of the pie when it comes to resellers. If you want to resell, fine. Like I ain't about to stop nobody hustle. Do I agree with it, or do I feel that life ain't fair? So I could sit up here and say all day, oh, it's not fair. You created a means to make some money for you and your people. Like that's just what it is. But I need to see some more Black resellers, especially like locally here in Charlotte. There are a ton of guys that's out here that's been grinding and getting it. And I'm not mad, but I'm like, where we at? Like we the ones that's going to y'all paying $600-700 plus, for a shoe that only retails for between $100 and $200.
Right. That's true. Very interesting. But yeah, so I'ma just keep on letting the dunks pass me by this 2021. And buy my little Pumas and my little Jordans every once in a while, cause baby, $800 ain't it. But it is what it is. So I kind of want to talk about something that was really great news that we received in the sneaker community and the women's sneakerhead community very recently, which was Melody Ehasani basically announcing that she was tapped as the creative director for women's business in Foot Locker. So I thought that was really dope that was an announcement, and that was, that she was selected to be a part of Foot Locker. So I really just wanted to talk about hear everybody's opinions on this, what you hope will come out of this, because as you know, Melody Ehasani has worked with the Jordan brand specifically and has done some really great collaborations that a lot of people either wanted to get their hands on or actually got them and love them. Like everybody that I know that has a pair of her sneakers, absolutely loves the sneakers. So really wanted to just touch base on that. Obviously congratulate her for this monumental achievement. And I hope that means that Foot Locker won't just be double tapping my pictures, but will retweet and add them on a story and send me some merch. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, we'll go there. We'll stop there.
Okay, I'll go first. So most people know that my grill is the Melody Ehasani Fearless Ones. I lost out several times on them and it still makes me sad, but I do have her Cherry 13s, which are so comfortable. I do have several of her sweatsuits and things like that. So I was really excited to hear about the news. I feel like every time I've engaged with her, it's been a positive response and she has been responsive. So to see a woman who is a creator, a creative person, and coming from LA, seeing her in the community in Watts, in South Central, really serving the community and telling people, hey, pull up, say hello to me. I'm a normal human being. I'm a person. So from that aspect, I'm just really happy for her. I hope that it would bring about more conversations amongst women of all, colors, especially Black women. I would hope that it would bring more collaborations with us and everything like that. So I'm just more so looking forward to see what she has in mind, because I know she's such a creative person who's into women's empowerment. So we'll see.
And just to kind of piggyback off of what Sneaker Vibes said, also, I'm hoping that even though she's in that position, that she doesn't have these walls or boundaries she has to operate in. Because sometimes you see it a lot where women of any race, get put into leadership roles, but there's still somebody over them that's like, okay, well, you're in this role and you're the face, but you're only allowed to do X, Y, and Z. So I hope that as a creative, because she's an amazing creative, she has the opportunity to just expand and play with, whatever idea she has for the creation of, women's sneakers, and just continue to build the culture. So.
And that's what I was going to say, J-Bo. Like, I really hope that she's able to have a good bit of creative reign. I really hope that, because she, honestly, I mean, her designs are dope. You see what she's done with her own brand and how she's built her own brand, and just her natural progression through that industry, I know has not been an easy feat. It has not been an easy challenge for her. So for Foot Locker to see that and to hopefully just give her an even larger platform to operate in her natural gifts and talents. Like, I think that's what I'm looking most forward to, just to kind of see. And I know that it's not going to be immediate, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, they're a corporation. They have to operate as one. So it'll be interesting to see how they lay things out, for the next 6 months or for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is it'll be a good partnership. Certainly in any collaboration or partnership, there are going to be, boundaries with which you have to kind of work. But I think Foot Locker, even before this announcement and bringing Melody onto the team, has been doing a really good job of partnering and really tapping into like the grassroots sneaker culture, especially for women and for women of color, and especially Black women. Essie Golden, D Lolo, Tiana Denise, like so many smaller creators that are, out here really shifting and changing the way we understand influence and influence culture, and then certainly style, fashion, sneakers, and their respective niches. But yeah, I definitely think, certainly Melody joining the team is only going to press the bounds further on what Foot Locker is already seemingly doing really, really well. And if they continue in that right, I think it's going to be a great partnership. I'm excited, of course, to see what other things she comes up with. But it's going to be, it'll be something to watch for sure.
Yeah, same here. I think a part of me doesn't want to get my expectations too high, just realistically speaking, because kind of like what J-Bo said, there's red tape with any large corporation. I don't know exactly how Foot Locker works and what their intention behind utilizing her is. It could be a specific task, or it could be help us build our women's business sector, or for all I know, it could be just a face. We just don't know. And I just don't personally want to get my hopes up. Not saying that Melody is not an amazing person, an amazing creative, but you always learn from these experiences, right? We've all been hired on to do things and it not be a good fit, or it not feeling like that you can make an impact in said role based on red tape. So I'm just trying to give the full holistic picture of this is one extreme and this is the other extreme. We could either get some really dope, brand partnerships and things of that nature with the smaller content creators and things like that. Or we could get like, we saw her, she was named this and just really didn't see too much, or it'd be more like, I'm not understanding why this is happening. So you just never know. But I am super excited about it. I think it was great news. And I'll be kind of watching it closely because I do want to see where it goes. And I think that, if Foot Locker is going to impress me with this new role with her, I could see myself doing a little bit more shopping with Foot Locker. Right now, I'm not locked into any of these foot sites. I'm putting in on all the raffles. I'm going to all the stores. Like, I don't have one, like, I'm not just I only shop at Foot Locker. I'm going where the sales at. I'm going where they got the most pairs sometimes, but one person's influence can really change the purchasing power that we have, especially as, people of color, women of color. So super excited about it though, in a nutshell.
Like one flawless one comment in the chat, like they know the following that she has in the sneaker community. Like, is it a win for her or is it a win for Foot Locker?
Right.
Foot Locker. You already know the answer. Yeah, definitely Foot Locker, because I know I was reading something. Their sales have decreased within the past year. So, for them, of course, we know they're looking at the bottom line, trying to figure out how they can kind of reestablish themselves with that number. But I know that I think they said that she's going to be like releasing a capsule, like I don't know how often. I can't remember like the timing of it, and I just feel like bringing that up, it's a win for them. I'm not saying it's not a win for her because I'm sure she wouldn't have accepted it if it did not have its own perks for her and her brand as well.
Right.
But we already know what kind of game this is. So you drop a few capsules, you get that purchasing power back up. Your bottom line is restored, or you reach those numbers, your target numbers, and then, so we'll see.
I know she did some work with them for around was it November, December, like 12 Days of Greatness or whatnot. So they probably saw like how well that went.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe that was kind of the little push they needed to like, oh, let's make this happen. But I think it's probably more of a benefit for Foot Locker and for her too, but definitely for Foot Locker. I think they're winning right now. So,
because I mean, baby, she don't really need Foot Locker. Let me tell you that much. Because child, that stuff drop on that website,
sold out,
and it is gone.
Yeah, because I think even like in the interview, she said she hasn't worked in like a decade for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like she needs to do it. I'm sure that she has like plans for the future of what she wants to do with her brand. So I'm sure it may benefit her brand in some way, maybe connections in places where she's been trying to get into. So you never know.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that was great. Anybody have any last thoughts about Melody Ehasani and her new role with Foot Locker? Awesome. Well, thank you all so much in the chat. You all have been great, really with us. Let's go ahead and just put in the chat, congrats, Melody, because this is still a very awesome achievement and position that she's going to be in. And we really do look forward to see what she does with Foot Locker. And then before we get into the next topic, if you have not already, make sure to hit that like button and also sub up to the channel and follow everybody on their respective social media platforms. So I want to switch gears again and really more, I guess, pop culture. And I don't know if everybody's seen this yet, but I wanted to talk about it because it came across my Facebook and I was like, oh, see, they wrong for this. So if you don't know, Burger King on Twitter earlier decides that they are going to tweet this out-of-pocket tweet talking about women belong in the kitchen to get everybody's attention so that they can therefore talk more about scholarships and whoop-de-whoop and culinary achievements. I started reading after I saw that, but I read it. I was like, okay, I'm going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. But it begs the question of, and I think Key may have said this earlier in this other chat that we were in, but I'm just so tired of these businesses and brands using these kind of like jabs in order to get people's attention to therefore get their message across, which wasn't the point of the tweet wasn't to say that women belong in the kitchen, but they were just trying to get the attention so that they can talk about some of the things that they had in their corporation. And I just feel like, does it really take all that? You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something good and you have a really great scholarship or a really great program, just say that. Like, why do you have to say women belong in the kitchen, period? And by that time, Black Twitter went crazy. Like they were like, and then it was like, by that time when they was tweeting everything else, nobody was paying attention. So I really wanted to just talk about this topic and see what you all's thoughts are, because child, they burgers dusty anyway, so I don't even know why we're talking about them, but
like I said, I'm sick of them. I'm just like, let's just stop doing things to go viral. Like, just if you're authentic in your storytelling, you don't have to say, you're not reading the room, baby. It's International Women's Day, and somebody from y'all marketing department decided that it was a good idea to log in and say, oh, we're going to say women belong in the kitchen. Like, I'm just trying to figure out who is in the room, well, virtually who's in the room to say that, okay, this is a good marketing ploy for us. It just, but all press is good press to some of these corporations. And that's the part where it's like, y'all missed the mark for me. I mean, I don't eat Burger King. I care less about Burger King, but you think that that's about to make women actually want to work for y'all little dusties? Like, it's not making sense. The math ain't mathing for me.
Okay, so I agree. I agree completely. And in the chat as well, Sneakers the Goddess said whoever runs their social media needs to be fired. I just feel like at this point, that's just so unnecessary. And then, like he said, on a day like this where women are celebrating one another and being celebrated, it wasn't okay. It wasn't the time or the place. And I don't eat Burger King either. So normally I wouldn't be checking for them, but I saw it everywhere. I saw the tweet everywhere and everybody talking about it, and it just wasn't necessary. So if y'all can't come with something more creative than that, then y'all really do need to figure out what y'all are doing as far as your marketing.
See, this is the first time I'm. Oh, go ahead.
I was just really quickly going to say, I think to your point, right? A lot of companies, a lot of brands and businesses think that they always have to be creative. And in this instance, it didn't call for that. To your point, Kay, all they had to do was share what opportunities either have been available or in the ways that people have succeeded in the culinary, field or discipline, and could have kept it just that simple. Not everything has to be so pop culture. And I think, because we've gotten to we're in this instant need for influence for everything that we see. And especially because I think a lot of companies win in a lot of ways with their Twitter or like their Instagram, their posts, the clapbacks, the like, get off of my page, we're finally bringing the hot seat orange back. Like whatever works for these companies. I think Burger King definitely tried that. I mean, I'll say a couple of years ago, certainly I had really only eaten Burger King for the croissantwiches, the breakfast. It wasn't so bad.
Them used to be hidden.
The sausage I could eat. But when I tried after having not eaten Burger King, and I was actually pleasantly surprised until, I did a little more research, their Impossible Whopper. And I haven't eaten it since. And I think to that point, right, I think we can all align to say like Burger King is not really our first grab for either fast food or food in general, especially these days. I think it was a last ditch effort for them to try to do something, that would put them alongside, like I said, the Wendy's clapbacks, the hot seat orange, return from McDonald's, to put them alongside their competitors. But no more cheese croissant breakfast for me.
They got us talking about it, right? So, it's two things I was going to say.
It probably tastes salty, green mobster. Once you don't eat fast food for like years, it tastes salty. It's just salty.
Too much sodium. But they have us talking about it. Two things I was going to say was this is what happens when you try to be like somebody else. Like Wendy's is really good with roasting and clapback, and they're good with bait and switch. They're good with that. Wendy's or Twitter has perfected it. Mm-hmm. People literally ask Wendy's to roast them. Like, please roast me, Wendy's. So. BK is trying to be in that same space, but just be you. Like, be authentic. That's not your lane. That's one thing. But the second thing was like, is who was in that room, in this marketing room? Mm-hmm. If there was a woman, maybe there was a woman. Maybe she was just silenced. Maybe she thought it was a good idea. But I think if there was maybe like a woman in there, they would have said like, this probably isn't the best way to go about telling people about scholarships and how, it's beneficial to them. So.
Mm-hmm. She definitely wasn't black. I know that. The woman in there, she was not black, because we don't play about that. That gender role joke stuff.
Right.
It's too far. Like, it's too far.
Yeah. So I just think it wasn't a respectful tweet. Like, I mean, no matter how you slice it, they could have just said Happy International Women's Day. Did you know we support women in their culinary aspirations? Click here to find out more. Like, that's all y'all has to do. Jeez, like, I don't even be on Twitter, but, clearly it got to me. And like to a lot of people's points, they did say, well, obviously we're talking about it, which is fine. Like, I think that having the dialogue is important. And I mean, clearly there's some people, what'd she say? Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, tomatoes, and wrapped up in tasty. What's in that crispy chicken wrap? I was like, now that was very like ghetto. But I just think, you know, like everybody said, there's better ways to do it. And I do wish that there were people on the panel that had a different opinion than us, because I know a lot of times it's groupthink with us of like, oh yeah, okay, I see where you come from. I'm the same way. But, you know, I also would like to hear, you know, Burger King's side of whoever was the one that sent the tweet out. There had to be a marketing strategy. You know, they worked to get that. It wasn't like, oh, let me just go type this real quick. Like,
it was free. I mean, honestly, I think it was free. Like, they didn't have to put any money into video production. They didn't have to come up with any, you know, snippets or videos or content. It was free 99 for them to say, women belong in the kitchen. Like, I think they looked at it from a bottom line of, we don't have to spend money for marketing. We know that this is going to go viral on International Women's Day, regardless of whether we think, you know, whether we're reading the room or not. We're going to get the responses. We're going to be trending. That's what's most important. And I think that's really what that their thing might have been. But thanks to Fresh Culture.
Okay, yeah, Fresh, we know your wife is on TV. Tell her I said hey, and I'm sure she looks gorgeous right now on TV. She works for HGTV. Yeah, that's what it said. What up, Be Easy? Thanks for coming through. But yeah, like, I just got to go back. This was really a moment in pop culture. That dude said, Mary, what's in that crispy chicken cheddar wrap? Crispy chicken. I said, no, she didn't. She had the leg and crispy chicken. Blind her and all. I said, why y'all do that? How much does she get paid to do that?
Not enough. I guarantee that to be Bojangling up there like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep it a
That's what I'm saying. Like, golly. But yeah, great conversation. And like I said, it's not really about bashing Burger King. It's just, you know, to this point of, we're all to the point where like, we just want to see like more respect. Like, it just didn't, as women, it didn't call for that. None of us said, oh, okay, like, let me read more. Like, we was like, blasphemy. Like, this is ridiculous. But y'all know what it is. So now I want to switch gears to talk a little bit about some unpopular opinions. So we can do this however we want, but I wanted to start with one, and you could either talk about something similar to this, or you can try to fit it in with the mode. But the reason why I want to do this is because far too often in the sneakerhead culture or community, again, we go back to this elitism and this kind of classism and this kind of like popularity of, oh, if you don't have any Jordan 1s in your collection, you're not a sneakerhead. Or, oh, if you don't have the variety and you just only have Jordans, you're not a sneakerhead. And so I really just wanted to talk specifically about sneakers and, you know, a sneaker that you love that most people slept on. So it could be a specific shoe, like a specific, you know, silhouette, colorway, like say Bread 11 or something like that, versus it could also be like a sneaker that you have in your collection. You have maybe multiple of them. You love them to death, and people just like, nah, I don't fool with those. I don't rock with those. So just really wanted to kind of bring light to, you know, this topic. And I can go first while y'all thinking, because I actually have my shoe.
Hold on, real quick. So I was curious about how much money Mary J made on that Burger King commercial. $2 million.
Woo!
Mary J, look.
I might have to crispy
y'all gonna pay me
chicken
$2 million. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I might have to.
Jingle. Let me get a jingle on BK. I'm good. I was thinking about that woman belonging in the kitchen for $2 million. I mean, we'll correct it later.
Do you know how many shoes I can buy with that?
Well, I'll put out a commentary, you know, make things right. But
I'm weak.
Anyway, it's $2 million, just to let you know.
That's still ain't enough. I ain't got it. But who knows? She might not have made no money that whole year and just got desperate. You said, I'm back. I would buy SVO off white 4-star. LeBron's. All LeBron's BX or a specific LeBron? So while y'all still thinking, I have my shoe. So if you don't know what this shoe is, it is a Puma Future Rider. And this sneaker, this is the OG colorway of this shoe. So this shoe actually debuted, I believe, in 2019. Maybe it was 2020, but the way that COVID, it just got my mind blurred up with the years. But to me, this silhouette, specifically in this colorway, I feel like was slept on for a lot of sneakerheads because people feel like, oh, Puma's not cool, or we just don't really wear Puma. And I personally love this sneaker. Like, I love everything about it, the comfort, the way that it fits. It does fit a half size small, so I had to go up a half size. Yeah, I had to. No, wait, I went up. Yeah, I went up a half size, but the materials on this was very quality, or is very quality. You do have the exposed tongue, which a lot of people rave about with the off-white, but you see it on the Puma, and ain't nobody saying that. And I'm like, holla. Because every time we put a expose anything on a shoe, and if it's a Jordan, people going crazy. Oh, y'all see the exposed tongue, and oh, that's dope with the exposed whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, So to me, like, I feel like if you want to try a shoe, they have this called the Rider Foam is what their new technology is in this sneaker. It's technically a running shoe, but y'all know I ain't running nowhere. So I wanted to talk about this shoe, and you can actually get this sneaker. If you're interested in getting this sneaker, you could get it I got it for $48. It's regular, I think, probably 90 or something like that. I don't remember, but you can get it cheap. It's cute. Look, I gotta show y'all the color. Now that y'all can actually.
That's a dope spring. Spring.
Yeah.
You could go for fall too, but it's dope. I like.
Yeah, and then you have like it's a hint of pink right here, and then this material, this is suede, and then this is like leather, and then the side is canvas. So you get all different types of materials on this shoe, and I don't know. I just think it's a shoe that like most people just slept on. They just let them go away, and I'm like. I'm a rock what I'm gonna rock, and I thought this shoe was dope, and I got love when I posted it on my Instagram. So somebody liked it. So what about y'all? Go ahead, man. Comfort wise, I honestly would put it a little bit lower than a 350. Like I thought it was really comfortable. Like personally. Like just right under like 350 stepson, just right under there. Cause baby, when I tell you I was rocking it, it was nice and cushy, you know, gave me a little bounce. I was feeling it.
I would agree with is it Wizard Magic? So with Pumas, I have to do a little bit of math in terms of sizing. The RSX collection, that was a Puma that I absolutely loved, but I went true to size on them and they were snug on me as well. So I think once you find your sizing in Puma, certainly it's a good grab. I would say for my sneaker, I would go with the Sauconys. I think just about any Saucony. It's how we pronounce it. I don't know if that's a thing over here. Chic In Sneaks can probably speak to it. If it's an East Coast thing, a black thing, I don't know what it is, but Sauconys. But yeah, Saucony, the Jazz Pro lows. I mean, I pulled an old picture of me in them, but I used to work for a tech startup, and
you fine, girl.
I really loved like the crossover, and I hate to say I was probably code switching a little bit in my sneaker game because to Chic In Sneaks' point, right? Like previously, not all sneakers, and I still don't think all sneakers, sneaker silhouettes are accepted. There's, I probably can't wear a pair of Zoom 2Ks or a pair of up tempos on a Friday into work if I'm in a corporate space, right? Like I might really be pressing the bounds. Certainly the more common or familiar silhouettes like a Jordan 1 or I don't know, maybe you can wear a pair of Asics gel nooses or something that, would be
some
a little
Nokas, wherever they go.
Yeah, some Samoas or something. Adidas Boost nowadays.
Right.
But yeah, so I found myself kind of code switching, but I really fell in love with that shoe. You know, when I was working out in Cali, out in Silicon Valley for a little bit, had a good time just being able to, you know, put a pair of denim jeans on or a pair of khakis with a denim shirt. And it still felt like I was being true to my sneaker self. And I was able to buy those at an REI for $18 and nobody was sweating them. Right. Like, I mean,
Love it.
at the end of the day, yeah, like we can put, you know, hype all around sneakers, but it's what you do with them. So I really enjoyed them, and, you know, how you create the memories are what really stand out. So Saucony Jazz Prolos.
Awesome. Thanks, friend.
So, okay, my mom got a pair of those Pumas. I think hers are like pink and orange or something, but they're super cute. I was like, okay, when she showed me what she ordered, because she on sneakers now, y'all. I was like, okay. So, yes, but mine is the Hirachis. Like, I love
Let me see this. Is that pink and white and black and orange? Oh, those are cute.
Black. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, and I'm also a Vans girl. I know I don't wear them much on my page, but that's like my everyday go-to shoe. It's definitely a California thing. We was always rocking Vans, so I have like all kinds from the outlet because they be super inexpensive at the outlet. So yeah, that's Hirachis, Vans. I like Pumas, Reeboks. Like if it's a cute design and I love a colorful shoe because it gives me variety, I'm on it. So it doesn't have to be a Jordan.
Nice.
I would say mine are like Adidas night joggers. Like they're comfortable. I can always put them on. I don't have to worry about it. You know, so I got these recently. Why are you laughing? Don't laugh at me.
Oh no. He said just a wee bit costly. I just laughed at that.
These I haven't talked about these.
Let me see. Hold on one second. Oh yeah,
like the Adidas Forums, like 84. So when I first saw these, I really, really liked them. I haven't worn them yet. Obviously, we still got the eBay authenticity tag on it, but I really liked them. I was just like, yo, this kind of looks like a Jordan 1. So did some more like looking into it. I just thought it was super cool. Like it was a shoe that Jordan wore to the Olympic trials in 84. The reason why he wanted to sign it with Adidas to begin with. And if you look at it, it kind of sort of looks like Nike bit off this shoe for that J1, you know, but it's kind of heavy, but I just like just it just looks vintage and old to me. So I just like things like that. But I wouldn't say that I would wear these for comfort, but my comfort shoe to go to would be like the Adidas, the night joggers for sure. So yeah.
Oh Lord, I was on mute. But no, I was just gonna say, it's a couple. Like I love, even before Asics, you know, started being heavy on the collabs. Like I love the Asics gel lights. Like like I said, pre-collab time, they were really good. Reebok been snapping lately. I don't know if y'all like checked out their site, but I was like, wait a minute, these like some super dope like spring, summertime colorways coming up. And I think now I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional about picking up different types of shoes. Like I love Nike. I think Nike will always, you know, my closet will always be full of Nike, but I'm trying to work on like diversifying my sneaker collection a little bit. So yeah, I know that this year I'll be trying to kind of mix in a little bit more Reebok. I love New Balances too, though. I mean, New Balances they hold a special place in my heart. But that now they damn near hard to get too. So
Facts. Yeah. So I just want to talk about that because I just, you know, a lot of people sometimes when they come on my channel, like one time I think in the chat somebody was like, "Oh, so y'all must be like Jordan heads because that's all we were talking about." But we had to break it down to them. No, let me grab this. Let me go off in the corner and grab this to let people know that even though if that's something that I'm talking about, like people just assume that that's all that I have in my collection because Jordans are very popular. But really, to me, when it comes down to it, they are not the most comfortable. So I on most occasions, I have on something like stupid comfortable. Like I can't be going to the grocery store and walking. Y'all know I love to shop, so I can't be out here shopping with no Jordan 1s on. Like I just can't do it. Like, whew, it's not gonna happen. But let's see. Jack Harlow got those MBs popping. I didn't know he wore them. What is he, like an ambassador or something for them? All I know is this one little song. What's popping? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. But anyway, so I want to get off into like our next topic, which is more geared towards representation and the purpose of representation. So I know that today is International Women's Day, and then obviously this month is Women's History Month. And a lot of our content that we do create and put on our Instagram and our YouTube is so heavily rooted in the need and the encouragement for everybody to have a better representation for women in the sneakerhead community and in the culture. So I just wanted to talk about representation and why it's important to you, based on the content that you create or based on the message that you want people to receive, or the brands for the message the brands to receive. But really just get off into this conversation because I think it's so important that we continue to have the conversation, even though we talk about it till we blue in the face. Like, and I told y'all earlier backstage, I'm like, I didn't feel right having an all men's panel all throughout Women's History Month. Like when we have lots of women who are very knowledgeable about sneakers and the sneaker culture that can talk to these topics and speak to these topics. So.
Okay, I'll go. So for me, with representation, I always say that it's bigger than us. We have people who are watching us, little people who are watching us, the generations to come. So whatever we put out there is going to be left for them. You know, once you put it out into the social media space, you don't know where it's going to go. So for me, it's so important to make sure that my message, one, is inclusion, you know, and knowing that there are so many women who had no idea, including myself, until recently, that other women love sneakers. And so to see that, not only is it encouraging, but it's empowering. It says, oh, I'm not by myself in this. I'm not alone in this. And I can actually rock them with style and be uplifted and encouraged, and people like it. That's awesome, you know, but I'm just being me. And so to know that there's a community of people that feel the same way, it lets you know that you're not alone, and two, people appreciate what you're doing, and that's important. We all need support in some shape or form, especially if you're building a brand or you have a business and things like that. But to look up and see other women that look like you, it lets you know that you're not alone. We all need community. We all need people who have our backs and support. And for me, that's so important. So anytime I could reach back or lift someone else up, I'm also doing it because I'm like, the generations to come are looking to us as well. So I really feel that representation in our community is important. I feel that we are the biggest consumers, and companies know that, yet we're not being represented or shown in that way. So I think that us creating our own spaces, us creating our brands and our designs and our businesses, I think that is what it's going to take to make sure that our stories are told, that we're being seen in our communities, because we're here and we're not going anywhere. So, yeah.
No, I definitely agree. And I think that we all have created such a great community, right? Like we really like each other, like outside of social media, like we all have our own specific relationships. And it's just important because I think that in a time where, you know, people that do anything to go viral or to have their quick 15 seconds of fame, it's so important to show up on these platforms as your authentic self. And I know that's something that I always like preach on my personal page. Like I love, of course, the looks. You're going to get the looks, you're going to get the sneakers, but it's like I want you to understand who I am as a person, why I'm doing what I'm doing, because it's so much bigger than sneakers for me. Like, absolutely, I want to be able to build a brand that is here to, last and sustain and all that good stuff. But I also want to empower other Black women that, no matter what you look like, what your personal style is, that you have a space and that you fit here. And I think that we all, we're doing this at a very interesting time where we're able to kind of shift. We're able to shift the culture. Like we're literally shifting the culture. And these brands, regardless of what happens, they won't have a choice but to be like, well, damn, like, who is that? Like, who is Everyday Kashay? Who is J-Bo? Who is K? Who is Jay? Like, I think that we are unique in our own right. And I think that we all deserve to, showcase that individually, but also, come together and collaborate in spaces like this to be able to build a larger community.
Yeah, man. I mean, between you and Sneaker Vibes, you guys hit the nail on the head. So just adding to it, probably up until about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, is when I started realizing, oh, there are other women like me who like sneakers, So as I start to embrace my style or my love for sneakers and just making sure that I'm authentic and, just being me, because anybody can post whatever just for the hype, just for the likes. And then just go sell them the next day, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I got my likes, let me go sell them. But just being me and being true to myself, I've encouraged other people to be true to themselves. And so sometimes I'll have people DM me like, hey, I like these shoes. What do you think about it? I'm like, do you like it? And it's just a shoe, but I just tell them, like, if this is what you like and this is a part of who you are, then just continue to be who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's just nice to find a community where there's other women who are like, hey, I rock sneakers too. We tend to encourage each other, but also help each other catch a W every once in a while, because these L's hurt feelings. So I thank y'all for what you guys do and just for how authentic you are and for your talent. So I think it's very important that we continue to do what we do, because there are other women out there who will come along who are like, oh, there is a place for me in this space, and I try my best to not become a gatekeeper, because I've met some gatekeepers too, who will discourage you or tell you, discourage you and tell you like, oh, if you don't have this, if you don't rock that, then you're not about it. But everybody's learning. Everybody's coming into this space and learning new things, and some have been in it longer than others. And like I'll ask Kicks Are Fresh questions all day long. Like, okay, so what about this and how about that? So I'm always just learning and growing in my knowledge. So just here to pass that on to other people as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I think, we as women, and especially women of color, this is what we do best, the consideration for other people, and what needs, and to Jay's point, like the inclusion, right? The practice of inclusion and celebrating everyone. And so I think it's past time. And it's the reason why representation is so necessary, to celebrate ourselves and the things that we like and the things that we enjoy and the things that we inherently deserve, because so much of our history has been rooted in the celebration, the support of other people. And then I think, certainly in my own experience, to add an additional layer, not only to loving sneakers, but since I was younger, appropriately younger, I was told like, oh, you're shaped so well. You're really pretty for a big girl. And so a lot of what began to be, become the hypersexualization of Black bodies, we know that from way deeply rooted in our history. But I saw that in my own experience. And so for me, representation in my own practice is, I can be comfortable in sneakers just as much as I maybe love a pair of heels, right? It's so important for me to be able to, kind of mask the things that don't necessarily feel appropriate, for my own body, and celebrating exactly what it is I like, regardless of other people's thoughts. So I think representation for, not only myself and my own practice, but certainly for us as women and women of color, specifically Black women, it's imperative. I think, we do it best. It's the old tried and true, anything you can do, we've been doing better. Like that's the point. And so, that representation, even when there is not a space that exists for us, creating that space, it has to continue, because I mean, otherwise we'll just have, shitty sneaker culture.
And she dropped the mic on that one. Yeah, well, I think for me personally, one of the biggest reasons why I started my YouTube channel and my Instagram was because I just felt like that there wasn't enough representation. And I know I'm only one person, but if you're not familiar, I actually have a hashtag, which is called Fresh Fit Approved. And I started that because I wanted to give more representation. I wanted for people to see Black women specifically, or women of color that were sneakerheads, and that can get a fit off. I hate seeing or hearing where people are like, oh, she's a tomboy or she must be gay because she wears sneakers. And I'm like, no, that's not true. And I'm also going to highlight these women and Fresh Fit Approved because you look good. And I think that, I try to be as cognizant of who I'm posting on my stories, so that I'm not always posting the same people or the same styles, because I think for me, it's about highlighting the differences. And you can tell when somebody feels confident in what they're wearing and they post a picture, you can see it through the picture. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that I'm representing that as much as I can on my platform. And it's so weird because when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't think that it was going to be like this. I'm sitting here on a live with 4 other dope ladies, 42 people in the chat. Let's talk about this. And I'm happy if I get 10 people, but 42, so I know that I'm making some sort of impact in the space. And for me, it's not selfish. It's wanting to give back. It's wanting to highlight. It's wanting to represent. It's wanting to be a voice for and with you all as we continue to really kind of debunk a lot of the myths and a lot of the negative stereotypes that continually be perpetuated in the sneaker community. And I hate it so much. And when I was growing up, it was one, we didn't really have the money to purchase the sneakers, but 2, it was my grandma really wasn't trying to buy no sneakers. She was like, girl, if you don't get these jellies and get out of here, because you're about to be cute and we need these so you go to church in. Sneakers was not a thing because I was a girl. It had nothing to do with it because my brothers was getting all the sneakers. And once one of my brothers started wearing my size, I was wearing his sneakers. So I was like, oh, heck no. They buy me jellies and I want to wear these. I'm telling y'all, if he was on this live, he would tell y'all right now, I was wearing my little brother's sneakers because I couldn't get them because they would not buy them for me because I was a girl. That was it. So I just think that everything you all said is great. And I think that every single day, that is what I'm thinking about when I'm posting things. I try to be as intentional as I can. When I post my Fresh Fit Approved, it's to show people that you can be uniquely who you are. You don't have to wear a dress and heels. If I want to, I probably could, but I don't want to. I'd rather wear a dress and some fire red 4s, but that's neither here nor there because can't really wear that in the workplace. But I think we have a long way to go, but I'm loving the community that, one, I'm a part of and I'm representing. And I just hope that we can continue to have these conversations and I can continue to build our friendships, because I consider all you all my friends. At this point, even if y'all don't think I'm y'all friend, y'all is my friends. Y'all is my homies. We riding. I started watching Kashay's channel because I loved what she did and I was so inspired by it. And I just let me just go ahead in her DMs and let her know that I care and I see. And we became friends. So it's it doesn't always have to be about the clout or the likes or, the influencer, even though we should get the respect for the content that we're putting out. But at the end of the day, it's about building these genuine friendships to where if any of y'all come in my area or if I come in y'all area, please know that we gonna put our mask on and we gonna get the stepping because we got to hang out. We have to do it. So I get off my soapbox. And before we get into the next topic, I know that the chat is booming with yes and facts and 100s. So if y'all actually have any questions for us, please put it in the chat. I don't want to neglect y'all. I got 45 people in here now, so I definitely don't want to neglect 45 people in the chat. But I'm just gonna look at some of these comments. If that was the case for some women, it looks dope. It looks dope, right? Yes. No big deal.
Every day, Kashay is like, what is you laughing at over there? Like, you dying. I want to laugh too.
Listen, do y'all see the shots that are being shot in the chat?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna just gloss over these because I don't know if this make her nervous or
Wait,
I am weakened. I don't know.
what am I missing?
No Limit War needs somebody to respond to their DM.
You better be asking for somebody cash out.
DMs, you know what I'm saying?
Confident and fresh.
A pair of off-white forces on the line. That's
Hilarious. Send them to me and I'll make sure she get them size 9. 10 and a half because they women's.
Oh man, I was just gonna add though too. I mean, certainly, Kay, you've been the link to so many other, great female sneakerheads, and so I think we would be remiss if we didn't celebrate being able to say that our friendships have grown because of you. Certainly I didn't anticipate that there were so many other female sneakerheads out here, lady sneakerheads rather, that, are killing it. And if it weren't for you and then on top of that, certainly while I appreciate you saying you enjoy like my content that I put out, but it's the work ethic for me. Like if there is an area where I fall short, and I don't know if it's because I'm a Libra or what, they say Libras are a little lazier than other signs, but like, it be taking me a little while to get like content and stuff out. And I admire you so much. You inspire me to like get it out. And so, certainly this is a mutually beneficial friendship for sure. And I'm glad to have met these ladies, not only through you, but to be able to have, met some other lady sneakerheads too. So shout out to you.
I appreciate
No, for real, Kay. We got to give you your flowers. Like we all, express femininity differently, and there's no one set, look to it. And I think that's one of the important things, that we all just bring a different element. If I want to look like a little boy today and wear a big, jogger outfit, and then that's just what I'm going to do. But then tomorrow you're going to see me and I'm going to have on a dress and some sneakers. Like there is no one size fits all when it comes to this community. So I'm just glad that, Kay, that you highlight, all types of women, all sizes, because we inclusive around here. We don't do that body shaming stuff. Let's just figure. We don't do that. But yeah, like it's just a dope experience. I think that in general, I know y'all push me without even realizing it, because there are some days where this content creation thing right here is no hoe. Like it is very hard. It is very difficult to balance and juggle whenever you have a full-time job and your other obligations and commitments. So whenever we get the comments and whenever, somebody hits you up in your DM like, girl, I love that, or whatever the case is, like people don't realize that really helps keep us going. Because some days I'm like, I don't want to do this today. But it, just keeping in mind that it's so much bigger than us, and there are little Black girls and, brown girls everywhere that's like, dang, I really want to, be like them, or I want to walk in those footsteps. Like, I think that just makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to your point about the whole idea of everyone being different shapes and sizes and just representing however they feel, that is the sole purpose of the shirt that you are wearing right now. So I just don't want to forget that she is rocking the Fresh by Design, which is the first t-shirt that I released off of my brand Fresh Creations. So if you're interested in getting one of those shirts, just a shameless plug, you can go down to my description section and purchase your shirt today. But that was the message for me. Like, I wanted to see ladies, if you want to cut the sleeves off or make it a tank top and do the little fringes like y'all be doing at Coachella, or if you want to tie it on the side, on the front, on the back, if you want to tie dye, if you want to tie dye, like do whatever makes you feel most confident, because to me, that's what Fresh by Design kind of stands for. It's like, or honestly, if you want to wear it oversized, some people be like, they'll hit me up and be like, do you got some old 2X's left? And I'm like, girl, you look like a large and you asked for 2. I like my shirts big. That's okay. Do whatever you do. And as long as when you take that picture and you tag me, Fresh Fit Approved, please know that I'm going to support that, and I'm going to love that and be very, very thankful for that. So I just really appreciate you all. And Leonard says, shout out to you ladies. Says facts, women on the panel are doing their thing. About to start posting more on my Instagram. Please do. Please post, because I need some more people to highlight.
That's another thing too. Like, I remember having this conversation with Kay, and I'm like, man, I don't want to post too much about shoes because I don't want people to think that I'm showing it off, or you know what I'm saying. You kind of get in your head a little bit, like, am I being a show off? For me, I have family members who are like, how many shoes you buy this month? I'm like, stay out of my pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay out of my pocket. I pay my bills, which is also important, right? Don't go broke trying to get shoes. Like, don't not pay your bills trying to get shoes. You want to make sure you have your priorities in order. You know, budget for it, save for it. But I remember being like, I don't know if I'm gonna post. I don't know. And Kay's like, just post. Like, who cares? Like, it's an expression of who you are. That's what shoes are to me. It's just an expression of who I am. It's a creative, just the craftsmanship, the work that goes into it. It's an art form. And so to display that, so post. I mean, don't get wrapped up in how many likes you got or having to have the hype of shoes to post about. Just post.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the reality is it's your Instagram. Like, if you don't want to see what I'm posting, you can unfollow me and I will not care. Like, at all.
Be blessed by all means. But you don't get this. Like, I didn't just do this just to look at myself. Like, you know, like we all deserve to flex in our own right. It's not being arrogant. You know, it's displaying self-confidence. And I think that is another thing that needs to just be out on the table. When you see women doing their thing on Instagram or social media, all these different platforms, like let my good sis flex if that's what she's gonna do. Like, we deserve it. Okay. Like, the only limitations that you can put on is the ones that you put on yourself. Don't allow people that don't know you not paying your bills, ain't paying not a penny for these sneakers.
Y'all better pass the offering plate. Sis preaching right now.
I'm sorry, y'all not
getting her started. You know she would duking us. You know, don't get her started. She already knows.
She's gonna go off. So BX did say, what are each of the ladies' favorite sneaker? It could be at the moment or ever, because I can't say ever right now.
Picking a favorite child, like.
Mine is the Break 11s. I just wore them yesterday too. Like, that's my all-time favorite shoe.
My pinky be hurting in my breads. I can't do 11s like that.
It's not a long walking shoe. Every day, just be going to the outlets and spending all day. But if I just, I'm going to dinner or something like that, just out for a little bit, that's like my favorite shoe.
That's what's up.
I feel like this answer is so played out, but like my one's really, I know it's everybody's like, oh, but it's really my favorite shoe. Like, just a silhouette. I just like the silhouette. So yeah, my one.
Nice.
No particular one, no one in particular, just the silhouette itself. I feel like you can just wear it anytime with anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be killing my UNC the Chicago ones. Like,
they are amazing.
They hold a place in my heart, and I'm like, girl, all these shoes, and you just gonna keep picking that one shoe. But that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats, Ore, on your dub. That's crazy.
I think I'm going Kai's, the pine green. LDB apples, like, and I just wore them for the first time not too long ago. It was supposed to be a purchase pack. One of my friends and I'm waiting on them to go ahead and buy a pair.
Right.
Like, I'm not holding out on those, but yeah, I love the shoe. I mean, it was an instant fave.
Right. I love it. I just wanted to make sure to show off this comment because it's so real. Thank you.
Very real. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My uncle thought I was gay for a long time. Like, he get drunk and say stupid stuff. Like,
and he get slapped.
I thought she was gay. First of all,
my business.
Just because I like sneakers, you think I'm gay? Like let's do better. Like, let's do better.
My dad got one more outing or event.
One more time.
to ask me where my boyfriend is, my younger sister and my younger brother, my older brother, all of them that had kids, one's engaged, everybody. And he's just looking, he's like, oh, okay, well, kind of asking, but definitely asking because he's concerned that I'm just gonna like come out or something. And I'm like, no, I like to be comfortable. I still like niggas. I don't know why. You have issues, but right. But I just like sneakers every night.
That's why it's so important for us, like for people, in our space that are women to keep posting and just posting about us being confident in our sneakers, because it's not like we're like we're talking about, like people just assume, oh, you're gay because you're wearing sneakers, and it's like, first of all, I didn't know sneakers had a gender role. Like what? They're sneakers.
Well, they do because they come in men's and women's sizing.
That's true, but they shouldn't, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like the fact that like everybody wears sneakers, you need them to, even like as a kid, all my mom could afford was Payless. Like I didn't get my first name brand of like sneakers until I was probably like 15 years old. But you still, like as a kid, you need sneakers to go outside and play. So like it's such a common thing that why is it a gender role is pretty much what I'm trying to say. So it's just totally. It's dope.
Absolutely. All right, let's see. So speaking of that, I know that we've kind of talked a lot about our different styles, things that we like to wear, how we like to express ourselves. So with that being said, I want to hear from you all. What are your favorite influencers or people that are just dope, like the way they express themselves? Maybe I should rephrase the question. What are some people that are just people, whether that's on social media or that's people in real life? Maybe we don't know them, but them and they dress, in ways that, there is very inspiring, or they just dope. Let's talk about that.
Notorious. I think it's either Notorious Kia or Kaya the Notorious. If I'm pronouncing her wrong, I'm sorry, but y'all, it's Kia.
It's Kia.
Okay, she is she is a mood. Like her whole aesthetic, I've been following her for years. Like when she was making YouTube videos about natural hair, because there were no black 4C, natural hair girls. That's how I really found her years ago. And then once I saw that she transitioned into that space, I'm like, man, like her whole, I can't even explain it. She's really big into sneakers, but also sustainability. So she thrifts and she's just able to mix like luxury pieces with everyday pieces. And I love that. I love luxury pieces, but I don't have a luxury budget all the time. Okay? I'm still working. There are a lot of, it's a lot of things moving around, but I just like how she owns her personal style. And then her work ethic is crazy too, though. Like just her ability to be able to be on YouTube, Instagram. She has podcast with Big Styles, and I mean just her ability to be able to transition across different platforms have been dope. But yeah, Shy's dope too. She's super dope.
What up, Malcolm?
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Everybody that's like hitting these days. I know y'all from the Midwest and the West Coast, but like Chic In Sneaks, we can probably attest that a lot of these influencers that are fired these days come from the East Coast. So like, favorites of mine, I think so. Brooklyn Betty, and actually her boyfriend George, that he goes by Stylin' on Instagram. So Brooklyn Betty and Stylin', they're such a dope couple. They wear some stuff that I would never put on, or that I would never myself think to put on. I would wear it. Certainly if somebody, styled it for me. But yeah, love them. And then Daria DiLolo, who's out in LA now. She's actually my pro fight. Nice. So she's definitely one of my style muses. I love the Notorious KIA or Kia. Love Tiana Denise, love Carlana Barfield, super air. Like love. So many influences, but I think it's rough because I don't necessarily like I can see other influencers in their own style, like or in their own rights, in terms of their body type and what they look like. I think Chick In Sneaks, you can probably connect with Kia because you all are tall, you're slim. Some of how she shapes or blocks things can really work for you as well. But it makes it a little rough because I'm like, dang. Who out here, that kind of looks like me. So I find myself sometimes trying some of the other shapes and styles and prints and mixes in my own style that I see in somebody who looks completely different. So if you're going to, maybe try that on the style tip, then I would definitely say somebody said they've got need to do some homework. Yeah, follow these folks. The Notorious KIA on Instagram, YouTube, Stylin STUYLIN. Brooklyn Betty, that one's a tough one to spell. But
I'm looking for her right now. Brooklyn
BREUK?
Because I'm learning too, you know what I'm saying?
Like I think she do the O's with a zero. I think.
Brooklyn Betty. Yeah, she be fire.
Okay, yeah, I just found her.
So I said, how she got so many coats? Where is she putting all them coats?
She has so many coats, and then and Kylie Jordan has so many Letterman jackets. I literally am about to drop a video on what to wear with the University Blues. So if y'all need some style help, hit up my YouTube channel just a little bit. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and drop that thing. But they I don't know where. I mean, obviously they live in New York, so readily available, I'm certain. But Letterman jackets, they killed those and coats, and they actually wear each other's. I'm like,
fire.
They're so cute.
Oh yeah,
I have seen what you do for other couples. I just
let's put that in the atmosphere because
I just
manifestation.
I'm just looking like I'm jealous right now.
Yeah, I'm looking. I was like you said, you try to find other influencers that have the same body type. So your Instagram is where I go. Your YouTube channel is where I tend to go, just because I feel like I'm in that space as well. Just plus size fashion. So I appreciate you for what you do. So keep putting out those videos. I know it could be hard. Here's your encouragement.
Right.
But some people that I look at, not just for fashion, but the contributions they're giving to just sneaker culture. I appreciate, is it CNK Daily? Just their platform and how they elevate, empower other women. I do like to follow Talks with TJ because just her work ethic and her outfit grids are super dope. But she also gives insight on that budget. You want these sneakers, how are you gonna make it work? So I appreciate her, just putting life skills and trying to get that shoe coincide. I think Alicia is another one. Can't pronounce her last name, but she works for Timberland, the women's fashion and footwear. So I think her Insta is love LOVE pink _PINCK. But she works for Timberland, and I think what she's doing right now is super dope because she started a foundation for brown and black students who want to become designers, and so started a scholarship program for them to get help into that space. Because her story is she's in charge of the women's development in Timberland now, but while she was going to fashion school, she didn't see a lot of people like her. So she's just creating that avenue for other people to come into that space. So I'm influenced by people who are just doing things for the community. So I really just a couple names. But yeah, and then I have my friend Naisha. She lives in New York, and so I feel like she's always just with it. She's always with it. We would have great conversations about resale and just being sneakerhead and what it is to be a woman in sneaker culture. So her style is always super dope, and I always go to her for questions or any kind of insight. So
what's her name on Insta?
Who?
Your friend?
Naisha. So it is NAY623. Yes.
Awesome. I think for me, like I tend to gravitate towards like people that I feel like are more attainable in these streets. Like I don't know how to explain it, but if I'm following somebody who has like 100,000 like followers, I don't feel like they're attainable. Like if I need some style advice, like I don't feel like I could just hop in their DM and be like, "Hey sis, so I got these shoes. What, not my Siri just went off. I didn't say Siri, I said sis."
Girl, the feds. You know they always
Right.
Siri
But
said International Women's Day.
right. But I feel like I tend to gravitate towards people who I know like are more attainable because, if I'm following somebody or I feel like I'm inspired by their content, I tend to want to engage with them. Like, and I get if people don't respond to my DMs, but I'm never on that like, oh, I want to be friends with you. But I'm just like, I really dig your content. Like, I really liked that fit that you had on. Like, if you don't mind sharing where you got the jacket from, or especially if it's like a Black owned brand, like, can you hit me with a link when you got time? And so I like to engage with other people on specifically Instagram that I feel like are attainable, or if it's something I like, or like J-Bo said, if it's somebody who I feel like has the same like body type as me, like I definitely want to be able to engage with them and not feel like, oh, I'm just double tapping pictures. Like, it's more than that for me personally, or to me.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I feel like it's half and half for me. Like I love engaging with real life people, everyday people. I'm like, talk to me. I'm very, relatable. But it's a couple of people. Her name is Chrisla Joy on Instagram. Who else? Ashley Vera, Kia, Odama, like those types of just creative people. Like when I see someone wear something and I'm just like, dang, I didn't even think to wear it with a skirt or to wear it with a dress, I'm just like, okay. But a lot of times I'm not really checking for somebody else's style to copy because I feel like everybody's, their individual self. But it is nice to see and get ideas like that you would have never thought, like, oh, okay, I see you. And that's why I'm so big on complimenting people, because there's a lot of women that think of stuff that I don't, and how they put it together is so dope. So that's why I enjoy connecting with everyday women, because we can have that conversation and that dialogue back and forth, as opposed to me commenting on all your pictures or sliding in your DMs and there's no response at all. So it's kind of a little bit of both. I look to them to see, okay, like what are they doing? How are they engaging? But also I'm like, I want to know the everyday women that look like me, think like me. Let's have a conversation. Like, where do you shop at? That those types of things. Because y'all know I shop at Target, so a lot of it everywhere but Target.
We know. That's funny.
I was going to add to one of the things, like, I love that there are so many lady sneakerheads who, are starting to share more, because to be honest, some of the popular shoe tubers or sneakerheads who, traditionally have shared like reviews or have created their merch. Bye, sis. That's actually one of my line sisters, y'all.
Hey, Victoria.
I'm actually really excited. Soon she's going to be, I got to style her and her fiance. She's getting married.
Congratulations.
Her, both her and her fiance for their engagement photos. Mm-hmm. And they are some sneakerhead. And like,
yes.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll see if, let me if she done dipped off. Let me see if I can share her name so y'all can see them. But certainly I share their photos on my page as well. So be sure to follow me and y'all will see those photos. But I was just gonna add, like, some of the guys are very trapped in like the nostalgia of sneakers and their like streetwear. And I think we ladies do a much better job, at least, this is my opinion, but I think we do a much better job at tailoring how sneakers work for our style, or how we can incorporate and stretch sneakers into other forms of style. I mean, certainly like Foamer and his brother, Bullet RC, Tony D Too Wild, like they are so heavily trenched and like deeply rooted in streetwear and the nostalgia of like literally like the Simpsons shirts or their own merch that they're putting out. That it kind of, I'm interested to see like, okay, so when y'all turn 30, if y'all aren't already, right? Like what is your style going to look like? Like, how do you age, with your style? And so a lot of lady sneakerheads, some of which you all have named, I follow because, on that 30 plus side, sneakers are cool, but I can't always wear a Brooklyn t-shirt and be able to dress it up or to be able to kind of stretch it in the ways that I want to so that I can wear sneakers more often. So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Somebody that is on that 30 plus side, who's a woman, right? I don't know if you follow her, but she's on Insta. Cassidy W83 is her Insta.
Yep.
And she's a mom. Like, she'll post pics of her and her son, grown man. He's like 21, whatever, maybe 19. I don't want to age her because she look good. You know what I'm saying? She look young. That skin don't crack. She look real good. So I don't want to age her, but I like her style too, because it's like, this is not something I'm going to grow out of, So to be able to look at other influencers who might be a little older, that you can kind of get some ideas from, because you're right. Like, I can't walk around with a Biggie shirt. Like, this is cool right now, and I work in radio, so thankfully, it's a little bit more lax. I can wear Jordans and like I can wear stuff like this when I go to do my morning show, but that might not always be the case. Boss man, if you're watching, I'm not planning on going anywhere, but I'm just saying. But I do got to fix something real quick, because earlier I said my friend Naisha, I like to tap into her for influence, and she hit me up and she's like, girl, I am not from New York. Look, she's from Jersey, but I said New York because I knew it was going to get her fired up, because I know there's a whole Jersey, New York thing. So I cleared it up, Nay. You good, girl. You good. Chill out. But yeah.
Yeah, Rio P, I love his videos. I'm addicted. I tell him every video, I'm like, I know you don't know me, but that was fire. Right? I was like, I sent this video to my husband, so.
Yeah. In style too, like I dabble a little bit in trying to, like gather some things that, like bespoke pages, a bunch of anything in men's style and fashion except streetwear, because I feel like on that tip we kind of have it covered. But yeah, when it comes to like trying to, add a little flair to your own style, definitely don't solely look in the places where you feel like you kind of best fit. Try other things.
Because I definitely hold the men's section down. I go to the men's section. I don't discriminate, because sometimes I'm 5'9", so sometimes, or with joggers and stuff like that, I'm not about to waste my money on getting some women's sweatpants. It's gonna be high water,
and your booty gonna be hanging out of them.
Just
they be so low.
Proportion is just all wrong. So yeah, I mean, I have no issue with like going into the men's section and in stores and seeing what they have. I'm trying to think. Oh, I forgot about Melissa Chanel. I don't know if y'all follow her, but she's pretty. Yeah. And she is like super cool, like super, super relatable. Always like just a very personable person in general. We've met on several occasions. But yeah, I don't discriminate when it comes to the racks. I go to the men and the women's section.
Hello. I be like, oh, they think I'm shopping for my husband. They is a lie. The devil is a lie. I'm shopping for myself. So the pants be comfy, yeah. But anyway, so we just have 2 more topics before we wrap up tonight, because I don't want to keep you all too long. So first and foremost, I do want to do a little bit of a show and tell. So I'll give you all a couple of minutes to either grab your sneaker, or if you had it next to you, we could talk about it. But I do want to show or have everybody show off their latest or their most recent women's release sneaker W, because it's a women's panel, and you know how we feel about our women's sneaker releases, especially when they come in extended size and then they get ate up by all the men's. So I can't stand looking at tees in the women's section. I can't do glitter unicorns, cats.
It'd be like,
or I can't do belly shirts either. Like, why is everything got to be a damn crop top?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it's cute, but not for everybody though.
Hold the glitter. That's all in my washing machine. Hold the glitter, please.
Your damn dog been there, had glitter on.
You get the little like bedazzled rhinestones that fall off. You're like, what is the point of all this? Like,
my body too bootylicious for that. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. So y'all got y'all shoe?
Yeah, I'll go first. So
Okay.
I
I
actually got a sneakers win after quite some time for these, and I was shocked. But of course, I got my silver toe ones that we were talking about earlier. And I love them like so much, y'all. So if you see a whole bunch of pictures with them, just forgive me in advance. They are so beautiful. Anything shiny, metallic, that's just for me. So that was my latest women's cop.
Awesome. Anybody
Hey.
else? Okay.
Oh, they just so cute.
I
These
love it.
shoes are so sexy. I hit EA and I was so surprised that I got EA on one of my accounts, but
Not one of y'all accounts. See, talk about one of y'all accounts.
I mean, and listen, everybody should have more than one account. If you don't, then please.
Yeah, I need to have one. But I be doing pretty good with my little one account. I ain't gonna lie.
No, you be hitting, Kay.
Okay. Kidding.
You be hitting.
And then when she don't, she's like, I never hit. I'm like, you always hit.
Right.
You definitely be hitting.
Always a crop top.
So I had my latest woman's hit was I'm not in my place right now, so I can't pull them out. But it was you see, I'm not in the elitist though. I'm not in the elitist. We'll put this out there. Or these coastlines, the woman's like
she won that draw.
I won that draw. Let me tell you, man, because I was talking to Kay, I think the day before, and Kay's like, I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna take an L. And I was like, well, I'm gonna try, because even if I take an L, I gotta know that I at least tried. So I'm sitting at work doing my thing in between my radio breaks. I enter the draw, put my phone down, go to pick it up, and I get this. And I was like, like I was spazzing. So I'm super stoked about those. And they're beautiful. They're beautiful in hand. So I'm not selling them. I'm not in the list.
They're so beautiful. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. They're beautiful.
I was mad stoked. So yeah.
Kashay, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna turn my video off real quick. And I'm gonna put you on the big screen.
Well, y'all, I am hard pressed. I literally just went in my closet and was like, "He's releasing it specifically." So I mean, gosh, I'll say the latest one. So I literally just ordered the Starfish sneakers, so they should be on the way shortly. But in my closet right now and stuff that I've worn, I think we definitely are going NC to Chicago. That is a long time ago. But obviously something that I wear often.
Okay, what shoe was it? Because I missed it. I went to go grab mine.
I got this. So I just recently got the Starfish on via Resale. So I grabbed those off of GOAT. And then I was just saying my NC to Chicago's I wear often.
Oh, okay, awesome. He said if all y'all gonna say the silver toes, I'm gonna need y'all to take a group photo in a puffy Puff Daddy's shiny suit. Oh, we.
I mean, unpopular opinion for me. I wasn't even not that I'm not a fan of the silver toes for other people. I think obviously there are some fire fits out there, some great things that you could do with them, but I didn't really want them. And I think, the same thing for the Starfish. Obviously everybody was kind of split on those. I think the people that love them got them. And I don't even necessarily that wasn't a pair I had to have, but resale is so low that I was like, I mean, we could do something with these. So.
But the quality on those, Kashay, they look good. I'm not gonna lie. When I first, I actually hit on them and I canceled the order because I was like, okay, some other shoes coming out. Do I really want these? Or when I started seeing pictures, I was like, damn, I should have held on to them.
Hey, Chaz.
But I thought about that pinky toe with the forward, and I was like, you know what?
I don't have that problem. But they do feel like bricks, though. You walk around like you got bricks on your feet. You're like clunk, clunk, clunk. They're heavy.
The ones I had when I sized up, I don't have a problem with. My Toros are actually a full size up. Y'all know I wear my thick socks, so it's cool. But they're good. I was able to walk in them for a minute. But if it's my exact size, nah.
That's crazy.
Beautiful in person. Erica had those on. They're beautiful in person.
Right. So I have two sneakers because, I'm the host.
Flag.
But first and foremost, it is the silver toe. So got them, wore them already for the birthday. You know how I do. Just had to bust those out. But I don't think I'm pretty sure these were not a women's release, but they should have been. So I'm just going to pretend like that they were because they were fire and not very many people hit on these. So we're just going to throw out these bad boys. So tell me why these was not a women's release. Why were these men's? Why?
They're so beautiful.
They are.
Yeah, I love them.
Like,
Yeah.
they look like a women's release.
Mhm,
Or
they're pretty.
The
Yeah.
on those go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So
Little hearts and everything.
if y'all haven't seen the review, go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know the little razzle dazzle. But apparently the 90s in this colorway are women's sizing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I just think they should just do unisex sizing and just be
Oh,
done
okay.
with it because it doesn't make sense to me.
Mhm.
So yeah. So the last question, obviously to wrap things up, what do you say? Don't forget your aluminum foil grill with your 10-man shoes. You about to get clapped up out of this bad boy.
Going
Yeah, the love
in.
letters dope. Haha, not at all. Tone that big feet matter too. He said, why not? I like love letters. What do you say? Shout out to size 13 and a half silver toe gang in the building. But I kind of want to just close out the live with talking about some upcoming ladies exclusives. I had to think about this for a minute when I had my shoe, and now I'm like, freak, what sneaker was it that I was very looking forward to? Let me go back down to these comments. So yeah, what upcoming ladies exclusive? Oh, I know what my shoe was. I forgot at first, but I remember. So anybody else?
So I don't know if I'm a hit on them, seeing as I haven't had any luck with dunks, but I love those orange pearl dunks that are supposed to be coming out soon. Like, those are so beautiful to me. So I'm hoping for a win, but again, I haven't hit on a dunk in I don't know how long.
What
so,
size are you?
Yeah, I am a 9 in women's.
What? Well, I'll help you out. I don't really care for those, so I'll put in for the draw. So
See, reasons I love y'all.
So-
Thank you.
No problem.
9 in women's. Anybody else who heard that, thank y'all in advance.
she said 9 in women's, the pearl orange. Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at the Jordan 9s as well because I know that's a women's release, but I don't know how I'm feeling about the pastel colors right now for that with the black. I don't know, but yeah, the dunks for sure.
Migs, you wrong for being late. You gonna definitely have to go look back at this replay on me. You wrong for being late. No, I'm just kidding. Look, here you go. I told you, there you go.
The only one I was like really looking forward to, I mean, it changes. Sometimes they're like, oh, you're going to get these this year. And the next, it's like 6 months later, we're still waiting for a shoe. But which I did hit was the dunks, the Coast. Like I was stuck on that. So the fact that I was able to get those, I'm like, I'm good. Yeah.
Ashley said the Jordan 9 women's, the 4s are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he about to be locked and loaded. Yeah, Miz don't play when it comes to the fine females on the line. But my sneaker is actually, I'm really interested in this orange blaze women dunk. Again, I really don't think I'm going to get it, so it doesn't even matter. And it comes out in 2 days. So I'm just like, long story short, I got to get my car fixed. So I probably won't even be going for them. And I can't think of anything in April because my brain don't work like that when it comes to sneakers. Like, I'm day by day what is coming out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I know they said in May the 11, those citrus 11 lows are coming out, I think in May. I think that's what they said. So maybe those. I know they got some 6s coming out in July. I love 6s. That's one of my favorite silhouettes. So I definitely want to get those. And then the other, which ones? It's the Jordan MAs. I know they got 2 colorways, which is the unpopular, normal trainer that people don't really, or that they haven't been getting into. But I think those come out this week or this weekend or whatever the case is. Those are cute.
Yeah, I like the kind of like the sand color.
Yeah.
I like that color. Yeah, those are nice. Nobody going for them Jordan 12 ice creams, the one that got the pink melted ice cream all over them.
Nah.
They GS anyway. They ain't even women's.
I was about to say, sometimes, it teeters the line of like legitimately childish. And that's not a bad thing, but it's just, something I'm going for. I think the green glow dunks, the dunk lows, those are fire. And then they're the pastel like 95s. Those, I don't know, it's something about pastel colors in the spring. It just makes me feel so Eastery.
Right.
Well,
same.
So I'm like, what pair can I switch out of that dress in? But since I'm not going to church this year anyway.
Right. I was like, I ain't wore. I didn't even get into that. He said, you say my name 3 times. Said I sold off my them off-white 4s. Woo.
Who sold them?
How you get rid of them?
Right. Why you sell them? Those are East Coast exclusive. Them ain't women's release said. I always want to say Zed for some reason.
But how do y'all feel about those? Because I don't know how I feel about the bacons.
I like them.
Marketing. I think I like the marketing is cute. Am I gonna try for them? Sure. I'm probably gonna try for them. I can't even lie, but I'm not gonna be upset if I don't get them.
I think same here for me. Like I like them, but if I don't get them, I don't know that I'm gonna be crying a river, to be honest. So don't nobody put in for me because it really ain't that serious. I'm just trying to keep my account active. Keep the dubs coming so that they don't forget about me. When it's time for me to get a shoot. I really
about you where you be here. They ain't gonna
okay. I'm gonna need to hit me on something.
Who told y'all we wanted that?
That's what everybody was saying about those 3s though. Like those rust pink 3s that
I hate them.
That sale and I forgot, it's like a sale and a dusty rose. I remember when those pictures first dropped, everybody was going in like, who told y'all we wanted this? We want that.
Some shoes they're just ugly. Like it's not to me the colorway like that is like women's. I just think they're ugly. Like I don't know what it is. I think they're ugly. Like
I've gone back and forth about the bacons because I can see them working with they're very versatile. Like you can put quite a few things together with them. But every time I look at it, it just reminds me of like dry bacon grease. Like, when grease gets cold, like it makes me kind of, you see like that? You see that face, Kashay? That's the face I made when I first saw them. I was like, So I've gone back and forth a lot. It's like cold bacon grease is all I can think about.
Ugh.
Now nobody wants them, so if you try to hit, you're gonna hit.
I'm gagging right now.
Yeah, BX said the St. Patrick's. Those are cute. I do like those. I actually looked at them today. I like
those. Are cute. I like the little whatchamacallits on them. The little clovers.
Yeah.
Those are cute.
Details look crazy on those.
Yeah. It's like almost too, I guess I can never have enough of the same silhouette. I think 90s are super comfortable. So it's like if nothing else, I would want to grab them because they're comfortable. But, who do I know? What do I know? What do I know? Yeah, well, let's see. Got some more comments here. Mom Swagoo put that bacon and some cabbage and some mustard greens. Why y'all playing? Yeah, that sound fire. That's what's up though. But basically this concludes Pop the Culture March 8th with all my ladies on the panel. Let me know in the comment section, do y'all want to see more ladies on a panel for Pop the Culture? This is the first time that I've had all ladies on this live, and I know I usually had a KikSquad on here, which they be holding it down too. We be having fun. But let me know if every once in a while y'all would like for me to feature some, ladies that are either on the Instagram space, YouTube space, or both. Is he saying no, like don't do it? Or no, I'm just kidding. She said, yes, awesome. He said, oh, hell yeah. This dude is funny. One time we dropped him the link and he comes sliding into the live talking to this girl. I was weak. It was really funny. Okay, well, great. Awesome. So my next live that I'll do will be back with the KikSquad, which will be next Monday. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have another all-female panel on the 22nd or the 29th. So it's going to at least be another time out of this month, just because it is Women's History Month. So I do want to at least have it twice this month. And then I'll just try to sprinkle in some more. If you're interested in being on the panel, like, it works both ways. Like, I did ask for people to be on the panel, but if you are interested in being on the panel and you're not shy, I know I still get nervous, like when I do my intro and stuff. So I know the feeling, but once you get on here, like, it becomes easier. You know, people who are really chill. I would love to have anybody on here that got some stuff to say. And then let's see. Oh, thanks, Ashley, for that. The Real with Real. Let me know if you want to get on. You know how I do. Shoot me the link. He came sliding in like this, y'all. He was like, "What up?" It was hilarious. Yes, I like getting female sneakerhead collective perspective on. Yeah, that's what's up. And definitely always bring out questions. You know, like, I don't want to always feel like, you know, I have to come up with all the questions. Like, if you all have something that you want to talk about, or people who want to be on the panel, they can do that as well. So basically how I want to end this live is give everybody the opportunity to again say who you are, where they can find you, and if you have any upcoming projects or things that you're in the works for, please let people know so that they can support you. So that if that is a piece of merch, or if that is a, you know, storytelling campaign that Key did, you know, last week, just let people know so that they can be that support for you all to keep you all going. So I'm going to go in order again of how I see you all on the screen, and then I will close out the show. So Sneaker Vibes only if you would like to start.
Hey y'all again. First, I just want to say, Kate, thank you so much for having us. I enjoyed this very much, and I just love you and what you represent. Keep doing what you're doing. But I am Janine, aka Sneaker Vibes Only. You can find me on Instagram at Sneaker Vibes Only. I'm just here to love on people. That's what I do. And so if that's something you're interested in, please feel free to follow me. I love encouraging people because we need more of that. So thank y'all all for your love and for your support and rocking with me. I do have some things coming, but I can't say what yet. But just know you guys are going to love it. So thank you. I love y'all.
Sorry, y'all. I'm muted. The next person is Kashay.
What's going on, y'all? Everyday Kashay again. Thanks, Kay, for having us. This was a blast. We talked a lot about style tonight, in addition to sneakers. And if you want to stretch your style or want some new tips and tricks, come follow me. Everyday Kashay, Kashay, on all platforms. Just come through. Obviously, some more content coming out, maybe a little more frequently than what it has been. The What to Wear with University Blues coming out actually tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Go ahead and tap on the subscribe button on YouTube and follow me on Insta.
Bang, bang. All right, Key, you up next.
Hey y'all again. Thank you so much, Kay, for letting me be a part of your panel. I love it. Guys, if you want to follow me, I'm Key, aka Chic In Sneaks on Instagram. I also have my website. I got some things they cooking. They in the pressure cooker right now, but I can't spill all the tea yet. But please feel free to follow me if you're looking for. It's not just about looks or sneakers for me. I make people laugh. Y'all, I got crackhead energy half the time. So just come on, follow me. I promise you it's a good time. And I look forward to connecting with you all offline.
Hey, and shout out to Key for wearing that Fresh by Design t-shirt. I see you, sis. Come through. Awesome. And then last but not least, we got J-Bo.
There we go. Unmute myself. Thank you, Kay, for having me here. Ladies, it's been a pleasure to hang out with you guys. Thank you to the chat. Y'all made it fun. No matter how many times I do radio, it's still kind of like nerve-wracking to jump on a live because, people just be wilding sometimes, but y'all just real true. You can find me on IG, Jbo Season, JBOSE. Girl, I forgot how to spell my own name. JBOSEASON. Real personable. If you have any questions, I'm all about making people laugh, clearly. So yeah, we can hang out on there. And right now, I got some things in the works as far as starting a YouTube channel with my husband about marriage and military life and just the process of all that. Also starting another one with a friend of mine, just trying to educate people on the relationship of the United States, the relationship they have with the island of Puerto Rico being my home country, my homeland. So looking to educate, it's not just a sneaker community, but the world really on what's going on. So appreciate you guys again and look forward to doing it again.
Bang, bang. I got that from Fomer. I stole that.
Bang,
anyway, again, thank you all so much for being on the panel. If you all want to just stick on here, don't go anywhere after I end the live. But thank you to everybody that is here in the chat. Really appreciate everybody for engaging with us. I'm glad that you want to see more panels. I promise that I will give you more panels. I believe I had at least 50 people on this live tonight, so I'm really stoked about that. I think that's probably one of my most successful lives that I've had on this channel, so I'm super, super duper excited about that. So thank you so much. And like I say always, until next time, you already know what to do. Stay fresh.